have the B&B here.
Mm-hmm. We have our Airbnb.
Is that common for Ys to have a?
No. I think we're the only Y that has an Airbnb. We have 5 Airbnbs. A lot of the Ys, like one Y has a restaurant in it that has all women working it that have had some sort of domestic violence issue or things going on, so they help get them back and working and all that kind of stuff. We do the Airbnb so it can help fund some of the programs that we really want to get started with.
So how long has this been around? I mean, has it been with the facility? Like, it was here when you got here.
Yes, it was here when I got here.
And I think it really works well with it. And when I saw it, I was like, that's kind of a duh thing. Like, you would think that a lot more of them would integrate. It makes a lot of sense. Especially really for your mission. Yeah. Your mission's about empowering women.
Right.
So this is about, not just that's part of it, but it really like kind of works. I can see it.
It does. Well, it's nice because our rooms are relatively inexpensive too. They range from $30 to $60 a night. So, somebody can come here and stay and not break the bank, and we're in walking distance with all the restaurants and stores and even Tops. I mean, you can walk right down, there.
It's a super cute place.
Yeah.
And when I first found you, I was expecting the typical brick.
Yeah.
And I kept passing. I think I told you. I kept passing and asked, where the hell is this place? And I called you. Remember that day? Yeah, I was right over in that parking lot. Yeah. I have no idea where you are.
Yeah. Nobody does. And it's funny, if you just drive by, you think, oh, that's a nice
it's cute.
little thing. Then you walk around, and which you'll see later, and you'll see the Airbnbs. We've got the fitness center that's inexpensive too. So it makes it affordable for everybody. We've got basketball courts here for anybody. I've got seniors that come play basketball every morning. And it's better therapy for them to throw the ball up and go, chase after it, throw it again. Next thing you know, you're sweating.
The fact that you're right in town like this, a lot of places say they're not in this town, but a lot of places say they're in town. They're not really. If you got to get in the car or you got to make an extended effort to get there,
right,
you are right in town, and it's awesome. So you can come every morning, do your exercising. Now this building was obviously a home prior to this. Have you guys annexed? The whole back is like relatively new, or?
Well, the Y has actually been here 125 years.
Gosh. In this very location?
Yes.
Well, that was a home a long time ago. It's been a Y as long as there's been how old's the Y organization? It's like
it's about, I think it's 200 something. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was that old.
No, I don't know. So now I want to check my facts on that because I know that at one point this was a library, too. So
this was the original. Prior to the Patterson, this was the library.
This was the library, yes. So I need to check my dates on that.
Sure.
But I know this Y in general was this is our 125th anniversary. So
wow, that's a big deal.
Yeah, it is a really big deal. And back in the day, I do know that all the employees used to live here, so they all lived upstairs.
I love that.
Yeah.
Really?
So it was kind of neat. You got up and you got ready for work and you just came downstairs. Yeah.
Well, and that's where that came from then. So that makes sense.
Yes.
And this wasn't probably typical for the Ys then. Then that begat the Airbnb.
Right. I think that it is typical way back then to live.
Well, I remember, like, you always see, like, when I was a kid and some of my buddies even, if you moved to a new town, you could stay at the Y.
Right.
But the Airbnb in this beautiful little house, it's just not like what you think of. You think of more of a facility.
Yes.
And you have this room, and it's nice, but it's more of a hotel.
Right.
This is like a home.
Right.
Really.
And they've got the whole kitchen to use, and they can come in anytime they want. They don't have to check in with anybody or, get in. They have the keys in the lock boxes and all that stuff.
Yeah, I think one of the coolest aspects of this whole place is that you get to stay here.
Yeah.
And you get to stay in town. And it's cool. I mean, it's essentially what you get in a really nice hotel. You get a kitchen, you get like a workout room.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people pick us because of the price and the workout room, the fitness center and the kitchen. It's a giant kitchen. You come make your breakfast, have your workout, the whole thing.
You guys do classes here. That's a big component of
Yes.
what you do. So what type of classes? Like, what's your most popular class?
Our senior fitness.
Yeah.
So that is Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday from 10:30 to 11:30, approximately 11:30, and we've got a group of about 15 to 20 every week. Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and they're great. Our instructor does it all for free. She has donated her time for many years, and has a wonderful class.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
It's fun too. I mean,
yeah.
I'm not going to play this, but kids, animals, and the elderly, man.
Yeah.
I love them all.
Yeah.
Because and it's just good to be around that.
Yeah.
And it's just good energy, and they're, I always have a thing. You get to 70. Whatever.
Yeah.
At that
whatever
point,
goes.
I'm good. I'm good every day.
Exactly.
What are you gonna do to me?
Well, I'll tell you what, though, the seniors that come in, when I first started, they were curious and they would come up here and say hi and introduce themselves. And you don't get that a lot of places. A lot of other places I work, they'll zip by you and. Yeah.
So that was a long story, but
no, that's true.
Serves the point that this town is super friendly, and it begats this small town, genuine,
It's very true, though. Westfield is very welcoming. I live in Fredonia, and so coming in, I didn't really know a lot of people, and now I do. I mean, and I knew everybody in the first couple weeks. They all come. Well, yeah, they come in, they say hello, they find a reason to see what you're up to, which I absolutely love. And then it got to, well, why are you crawling under the Christmas tree to turn it off? And I said, I don't know, that's just what I do.
Right.
And so the next day I come in and there's a little stepper plug the ladies had left me, so you just step on it. And I was like, well, I don't have pine needles in my hair now. What am I going to do? I would normally be picking them all out after I water the tree or whatever.
It is that type of town. And that is really exceptionally rare.
Yeah.
And everybody seems to appreciate it here too.
Absolutely.
I love that they acknowledge it. I love the fact that they appreciate that, because I think it only lends itself to more of that behavior. You know, it's one thing if it's just part and nobody's really talking about it because it is the way it is, but I think it accentuates it.
Right.
It perpetuates the whole idea that we're in this community together.
Right. And that's exactly what it's all about. Like I was saying, I mean, when I started here, I didn't feel like people were just walking by and I wasn't going to know anybody. They come and find you.
Y's are community hubs.
Yeah.
It's no different like when I was a kid, the Kiwanis Center in our town.
Oh, yeah.
It was a big deal for us. It was it was one of those few places we had our library in our Kiwanis. My mom could drop me off there and we're good to go.
Right.
And we did that constantly, and she took advantage of it because she knew I was safe. And these type of organizations play such a pivotal role in the town, whether you're a senior or you're young, it doesn't matter. They're community hubs.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up here.
You did.
I grew up
In Westfield.
So what did you do here? Like when you used to come here, did you do?
There was a jukebox.
A lot of people think that the Airbnb doesn't fit our mission, but it really does. It supports what we can do here. So for a while, we haven't had a lot of staff here. When we have more people in the Airbnb, it allows us to have staff on a Friday night, like you were saying, to have the kids here, or to have staff here on Saturday to have a basketball tournament or just a party. The kids want to come and stop and, not say, oh, I'll be here at 4 o'clock. Can I play from 4 to 5?
Sure.
Having the Airbnb gives us the money to have staff here all day then.
Right. It's a facilitator.
Right.
It enables all of that.
Right.
And a lot of facilities for the wide may not have this.
Right.
So you're fortunate.
Right, we are, and we're really trying to get even more programs in for the kids. Right now, we're in the process. We will be having Westfield Prom here.
Oh, congratulations!
Yes.
Is that a first?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
May 30th of 2020.
Oh, that's
so
gonna
we're
be
so excited about that. We'll use the whole place, and we'll be outside, and we'll be in the gymnasium, and we'll be in the assembly room. There'll be dinner here too for them. And
so did you come up with that?
I did not. No, I wish I could say yes, I did, but I got an email from one of the teachers that are on the prom committee, and she said, it's always out of town, and it's beautiful, and they do a beautiful job where we have it, but I want the kids a little bit closer. So I said, absolutely. We'd love to have it.
Perfect.
So we're having the prom, and then on that, I kind of flipped it around because we really want a youth advisory board.
Okay.
So we're going to start that in September, where we have youth in high school, president, vice president, secretary, treasurer, the whole thing, and run it. Robert's rules. Have motions and all that.
Huge training.
Yes.
And it helps the community. It gets the kids involved in the community.
Right.
And that's one thing that's lacking in so many towns.
Yes. And also they can say, in my small town of Westfield, I learned how to run a meeting. I learned, how to sit and listen in a meeting and when to talk and how to vote on things. And that'll give them a sense of pride, for their
What's
community.
etiquette that they don't get other than the car crash of learning on the fly.
Exactly. So then, if they don't end up living in Westfield when they get older, they can take these skills and they can use them in any town, and then hopefully bring that town together, or maybe build their own Y, or
Right.
something like that. It'll help them all along.
Having the Patterson and having the Y, and then the Lakeshore Center for the Arts, and this little area is so important to the town, the community.
Right.
It's really incredible in this little one block area to have all you guys here.
Yeah, I absolutely love it. I'm working right now with the Patterson Library on a grant that we just got from the Community Foundation, Northern Chautauqua Community Foundation, on workforce development.
Oh,
so the library has like a makerspace program, and so we're kind of branching that out to, like I said, workforce development. It's going to be called WES, Women Empowered Through STEAM. Yes. So what they would be doing actually is, a lot of women think they're stuck. I've been in a marriage for this long.
Sure.
Now he passed away, or we got divorced. I've never had a career. Now what am I going to do? Well, you know what? There's a lot you can do this day and age. And we're going to show them.
There is, and most of the clients on my show, it's got to be 70% at least are in second and third careers.
Yeah.
And we live longer now. Self-development is something that if you embrace that never changes.
Right.
And when we get to, I'm 50, when we get to be my age, I'm not my dad's 50.
Right.
Period.
Right.
I feel like I'm 30 still.
Right.
And most of my clients some of them are 60, 70, and you'd be surprised to see how engaged and energetic they are. So just because you're a certain age and you maybe lack a skill set, it's no reason anymore to say, oh, I can't do that.
Yeah, you're not stuck. There is no longer stuck. But a lot of people aren't thinking out of the box.
And that's where you come in.
And that's where we come in. And we'll also be talking to the bigger companies around here, like Nestle, Purina, I think Cummings is a big one around here, and saying, what are you looking for? And why you have so many jobs and you don't have people that are qualified and trained. What is it that you want?
A big deal. So you guys can customize the program and really work with these companies to get people aligned with their priority of hiring.
So we can say, give us your list. You've got, you want them to know Google Docs, Excel, all of the basics, or you can even go on to, other things too, bigger things. But we'll know what these companies want, and we can give them those skills. So that's really what we're working on right now, to try to get that for women and men, to tell you the truth. I mean, we can.
So this isn't just open to. It's always open to men too, of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're all about equal empowerment now.
We are equal now. It's 2019, and if you need help, we're gonna help you.
Yeah.
That's the end of it. Period.
You know, and what you just mentioned, that was awesome for this interview, because that's really, I think, when I went to your website, I don't know why I don't think about this, but I just like, oh, it's the why, and like I think of it as the Kiwanis and da-da-da, but I don't realize how much good you guys do.
Right.
I just think it's this awesome place.
Yeah.
Go, you work out, you hang out with your buddies. This is
Right.
how I think about it. But
Right.
there's a really deeper mission here.
And you know what? I for a while I thought, you know, well, why should I go to the national conference in Washington, D.C.? Why am I going to Atlanta and talking to huge whys there? Because this is why. The why is not just for our community. We're a YWCA because we need to know what the national mission is. So when we have something national like that, we can bring it back here and then show everybody, okay, this is what's going on in the world.
Yep.
These are the issues, in case you didn't know. I mean, everybody knows now social media what the issues are, but sometimes you don't have things set up
but
that
you
way.
can define it too.
Yes.
You know,
exactly.
because you can take a larger issue and break it down to how it applies to
here.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, you know, our national why, we have the Walk Against Racism. We've got lobbying for different things that, you know, Westfield needs to know about, and it's our job and our mission to bring that here and tell them about it. And from what I've learned about Westfield, they're more than willing to kick in and help out and, you know,
Sure.
do a walk or whatever they need. So.